Hello everyone, welcome to Happenings Now. I'm your host Jennifer Dunn, and today we have a special guest with us. She's actually anchored here in the OSU South Center's Endeavor Center Small Business Incubator. She is the owner of Health and Wellness Boot Camp, so stay tuned and we'll be right back. Hello everyone, and welcome back to Happenings Now. As I said before, we have a special guest with us. Her name is Bridget Eslinger, and she is the owner of Health and Wellness Boot Camp, which is located in Suite 113 here at the OSU South Center's Endeavor Center. Bridget, how are you this afternoon?
I'm great. Thank you for having me.
You are more than welcome. And as I said, you are one of the owners of our small businesses here in the Business Incubator.
Yes.
You own Health and Wellness Boot Camp.
Correct.
So how exactly did you get started and come up with this business idea?
Well, I'm super excited to share that with you, Jennifer. Through my own health journey, I was diagnosed with an autoimmune condition, and through a lot of doctor's visits, and I won't go into all the details, but I took my health into my own hands, and through that I went back to school. I went to the Institute of Integrative Nutrition and got my certification as a health coach, and I found my purpose. So I thought, you know, if I can help heal myself and reverse my autoimmune condition, then I know there's several other people out there that could benefit from the same information. And so I found my purpose in life, and I wanted to share that with everyone else. So that's how I birthed Health and Wellness Boot Camp.
So what exactly do you do in your boot camps? Is it nutrition, supplements, yoga, exercise, diet?
It's all the above. That's a great question. So boot camp is exactly what it sounds like. Is like, you know, in the military, we have to go back to the basics. And so that's what I teach my clients is really go back to the basics. Go back to the hunter-gatherer days. Let's eat from the earth. Let's do what God intended us to do, and that is take care of our holy temples, which is our body. So it's all-encompassing. It's not only just nutrition. It is, like you said, yoga, meditation, exercise, movement, mental health. All those things are integrated into what creates health and wellness. And literally our health is a pivotal point on that.
Okay. Now, I know that in overhearing you, because your office is really close to my desk where I sit here in the Endeavor Center,
right.
I've heard you speak to people about being your own CEO of your health. So what does that mean in depth and detail?
Sure. So I like to use that analogy as you have to be your own CEO of your health. So you have to be your own investigator. So when you start feeling symptoms, whether it be aches and pains, you know, you get a broken bone, whatever that is, do your own investigation. Is this something I really need to go to the doctor for? Or, you know, can I nurture this back to health on my own? We talk about inflammation a lot with Health and Wellness Boot Camp. And through autoimmune disease, which is what I really focus in, is dive in. What's causing your inflammation? What's causing your aches and pains? And could it be as simple as removing the gluten from your diet that causes inflammation? Is it as simple as removing the sugar from your diet, which causes inflammation? And all those things are at the root of disease. And a lot of people don't understand that it's really that basic. So when you start to feel that, a lot of people say, you know, I accept that this is how life is going to be, or I'm going to go to the doctor and he's going to write me a prescription. I'm going to take that prescription for said, you know, period of time, and hopefully I'll see some relief, and they probably do. But on the back side of that, what is the prescription drug doing to your overall health? Because there's a slew of side effects. When it's really just as basic as, let's change up your diet a little bit, let's get a little more movement in there, maybe let's work on your mindset, and really bring you back to overall good health.
Okay. So you would, if I would call you, you would be my health coach, correct?
Right.
Now, what exactly would you do as my health coach?
For my clients that first come in, I offer a free initial consultation. So we'll sit down, we'll talk about you. Everyone's individualized. So what I recommend for you may not be the same recommendation that's for the next client that may come in through the door. So we'll talk about your health history. What's happened with Jennifer over the past 10, 15 years, or however long you've had your ailment. We'll look at your diet. I'll ask you, maybe you're on some medication, and work with your physician if you are, and maybe make some small recommendations about what you could change in your diet, or maybe attend a yoga class. A lot of people don't realize that, I think we have this, we get up, we rush off to work, we're running through a fast food restaurant, we're grabbing something to eat, we go home, we're taking care of kids, and then we start the cycle all over again. And self-care is so huge for each individual person. So speaking with clients, it's like, where are you getting your self-care? And they kind of look at me like, self-care? What's self-care? So it's like finding out what works for you. Is it maybe you go get a massage, maybe you attend a yoga class. I do meditation, mindful meditation as well. So trying to integrate that back into your everyday. And yeah, I have a 6-month program, so maybe it's you come in and we set that plan up for you, and every month we meet twice a month, and we'll see where it takes you.
Okay. Now you mentioned yoga. Do you partner with somebody, or do you offer yoga classes yourself? Where would I find that information if I was interested?
Yeah, great question. I do offer yoga. I am currently going through my yoga certification right now. I did have a partner who was teaching classes here at the Endeavor Center. And as far as meditation, I do mindful meditation classes. We set those up, and they are available here as well. And you can find them on my website, which is healthandwellnessbootcamp.com, or you can find me on Facebook to get those.
Now, I think I snuck into your office earlier today to take some pictures of it, because I think it's absolutely wonderful.
Oh, thank you.
You've got products. I think Dwayne can pull those up for us real quick.
Great.
Now you have a Facebook page, right?
Yeah.
Did you say that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Facebook is Health and Wellness Bootcamp on Facebook.
Okay, and I know that you meet in the evenings and a lot of time after hours. So if somebody wanted to meet with Bridget, they can give her a call and she'll meet you in the evenings after work.
Yeah, absolutely. So some of the products you're seeing here in these pictures is a lot of the alternative medicine, I'll call them. So it's a lot of bone broth protein, which is great for reducing inflammation. There's essential oils, obviously, that I deal a lot with, and they also help in ailments as well. So you can diffuse essential oils, you can apply them directly to your person. As long as they are 100% therapeutic grade and organic, they can be added to your food. So I do take a holistic approach at the clients when they come in, and offer some of these supplements if they would like them. You can also go to draxe.com, Ancient Nutrition. They're available there, but I am a wholesaler for them, and they're available here at Health and Wellness Bootcamp.
And is this where you received your training? I know you spoke earlier that you have been to training classes and
Right.
So where exactly did you get your certificates?
So I went through the Institute for Integrative Nutrition for my health coach. For the essential oils, I did go to the Essential Institute, which is offered by draxe.com. And I just recently finished my functional medicine coaching academy, which I am now a certified functional medicine health coach as well.
That is really neat.
Yeah.
So is there anything, if you could pick out one thing, if somebody, I know I myself, I have a hard time finding that time for me to take care of myself. If there was one thing you would suggest you would do, yoga, meditation, diet, anything, and you only had 5 or 10 minutes, or maybe you don't have that because if you're a mom, you're busy, you work, you run around, like you said, the drive-thrus. You know, I try to use the crock pot instead of the drive-thrus, but what would you suggest?
So that's a wonderful question. I'm going to back up just a little bit for that question, Jennifer, and let's talk about the sympathetic and the parasympathetic nervous systems. The sympathetic nervous system is what you just described, right? The wake up, we rush off to work and we're trying to figure out what works for us. And then the parasympathetic nervous system is really that calm, the rest and digest, where your sympathetic nervous system is the fight or flight. And we all too often spend too much time in the fight or flight mode. So finding the time for the parasympathetic mode and that rest and digest is so important. So you say, maybe I don't have that 5 or 10 minutes, and how do I carve that out in my day? I'm a firm believer we can all find 5 or 10 minutes, whether we're driving in the car, whether we're in the shower, maybe it's when you're putting your food in the crock pot. It's really honing in on yourself. It's taking that time to clear the chatter in your mind, focus on what you're doing, being fully present instead of thinking, 10 steps ahead or reliving 10 steps back. So yoga is a great way to do that if you can find the time for that. Meditation is absolutely wonderful, and mindful meditation is a form of what I just described as being fully present in the activity that you're doing. And again, that could be anything. It could be driving the car and you just really focus on you during that time, positive affirmations about your life, about how grateful you are for your family, your kids, etc. But we can all find that 5-10 minutes to really hone in on ourselves. And even if it is just some deep breathing, doing some very controlled breaths, relaxing the body to get us back in that parasympathetic state where we can just rest and digest instead of being in our fight or flight.
Okay, so if there was one thing that you would want to leave our audience with today about health and wellness, what would that be?
Sure. I think it's important that we all actively look at ourselves and not accept if you have a diagnosis of an autoimmune condition or anything else for that nature, really investigate it, be your own CEO, ask some hard questions. Doctors are wonderful and they are needed in our world. But again, I think that we are overprescribed and overmedicated, and we are a sick country. So really reach out to those who can help you. Health coaches are great for that. And let us help you along your journey and heal you.
That sounds really good. Remember, you can find Bridget in Suite 113 here at the OSU Endeavor Center, also on her Facebook page and her website.
Right.
Dwayne, do you care to pop up her business card again real quick so our viewers can find her contact information? And then you had mentioned something about yoga before I let you go.
Yes.
You're in your process of getting your license?
Yes.
When will you be starting your yoga classes?
That was probably...
I think Birdie told me they'd be here in the Endeavor Center,
yes.
Maybe when you started?
Yes, they will be. So mindful meditation's coming in February, and then yoga will follow probably late summer.
Okay, and will you have a schedule up on your website once you get up
on
and
the
rolling with all
website
that?
and on Facebook, definitely.
All right,
yes.
well, thank you so much, Bridget, for your time today.
Yeah, thank you. It was my pleasure.
Really great to let our audience learn more about our partners here in the Endeavor Center and your business.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Now, just to let you know a few other things that are up and coming here at the Endeavor Center, we are having an informational seminar for anyone and any business who is an innovative company and you are looking for funding for small businesses. It is the Product R&D Funding for Small Businesses, SBIR and STTR Research. It will be here in the Endeavor Center, February 11th. Of 2019 from 3:30 to 5 p.m. will be the first seminar. 6:30 to 8 p.m. will be your second seminar. And to register, you'll just need to give me a call at my desk, which is area code 740-289-1605. And also, you can email me at Dunn, which is DUNN.595@osu.edu. Again, it's coming February 11th, 2019. And right now, while we're switching out host, I believe we also have we don't have any information yet, we have a small farm college that will be taking place here at the Endeavor Center the end of March. So stay tuned for information on that. I believe you can also find that at the OSU South Center's website. So if you just Google OSU South Centers, click on the link that says the South Centers and Endeavor Center, you'll be able to find more information there. And how are you this afternoon, Patrick?
Oh, I'm doing well. Thank you for inviting me back on your show.
Oh, you are more than welcome. I know you are a wealth of knowledge, and we have other TV shows that go on here that are live streamed.
As a matter of fact, they do. We have something new through the magic of Dwayne and Sarah and Mike and all the people behind the scenes. We now have a drop box. And a drop box is basically where we are are putting in our different video shows. So that way, like for instance, Happenings Now will be put into that Dropbox. Places like Youngstown, Perkins TV, Dayton in Beaver Creek, they can just lift up those different shows that they want and play them at various different times. As a matter of fact, in Youngstown, all of our shows are repeated at least twice in 2 weeks, etc. And we have other places that pick and choose the different shows. So what we wanted to do was have an easy way that other TV stations, if they need content, we have a variety of different things. As a matter of fact, and you all know this, we have different topical areas in about 35 to 37 shows. We have community, agriculture, business, we have spirituality, we have different kinds of community activity programs. We have our art and culture. One of my favorites is CultureCast. And that's where Dustin Homan, who works with the 4-H program at Ohio State University, he brings on different students that have gone all over the world. Have you ever been to Antarctica?
I have not. I bet it's pretty cold though.
Well, I know that you love the snow outside.
I'm so not digging the snow outside.
Well, they brought a student in, Natalie Miller, who was really excited about some of the research that they at Ohio State University was doing in Antarctica. And it was a very informative program. How about trees? Have you ever gone through the woods looking at different trees saying, wonder what kind of tree that is?
Every once in a while I do.
Well, Dwayne Rigsby and Dave Apsley have Tree Talk. And what they do is they have different aspects. Something I didn't know is the fact that the oaks, which is very, very popular tree here in the southern Ohio, because of all the different things that you can do with oaks, can be in danger of over foresting those. And so there's been a lot of emphasis placed on how to make trees, especially oak trees, better. Oak trees, I did not know this, oak trees do not grow well in a forest because it's overshadowed by other trees. Here we see Dave and Dwayne talking about different branches. So it's very informative.
Well, I didn't know that about the oak trees.
I didn't either.
Do they just kind of get smothered out by the other trees then?
Well, I'd have to.
So you're probably not the expert. We probably have to.
We have to
bring Dwayne back.
Yeah, we have to bring Dwayne and Dave. Dave has been in the forest. He's a natural sciences educator who has studied a lifetime in trees. And so, that's the nice thing about our different programs. Like, for instance, today when you brought on Bridget, Bridget comes with a wealth of knowledge.
Yes, she does.
About nutrition and health and wellness, not because she went to a bookstore and got a couple of books, but it affected her.
I think it started out by her own health issues.
Yes. Yeah. And
it's grown to a business now.
That's right. And that's what I like about the different shows. We have, as a matter of fact, a new show that just started, the Ohio Workers' Comp Connection, in which individuals, Rob and Wendy, come on and they talk about different aspects of keeping healthy. Like for instance, Ohio State University has invested a lot of money in our training. And if we are not careful, we could easily injure ourselves. With the Ohio Workers' Comp connection, what they try to do is they try to help businesses better understand the value of employees and to make sure that things are safe.
Now, do they have a different topic when they come each time? Or?
Yes. The last topic that they had, they talked about, are you safe? They also brought in one of the supervisors who talked a little bit about what his purpose, his sense of direction was. With them, they always lead to the different aspects. The Bureau of Workmen's Comp is a lot of different organizations. Another favorite one that I have is Portsmouth Chat.
Now, is that a new one?
Well, actually, that's been going on.
Going on for a while?
Here's Lisa Carver, and do you know who that gentleman is? Chip Millay. He owns WIOI AM and WIOI FM. And Chip is one of those business people, one of those sales people that really knows how to get the word across. And he was Lisa's guest.
So on Portsmouth Chat, what do they talk about? Upcoming events there in the Portsmouth area?
Well,
what do they talk about?
There's a lot of different things. Lisa brings on different business guests. She talks about some of the different programs that they have. The Hour of Power, and that is with David Beam, who sits down with different businesses, helping them to better understand how to better their business. And it's a free service. Kim Bauer is also the other host, and they talk about tourism and the different things. Do you know that in Portsmouth, Ohio, they have the longest history in murals?
I do. If you've not ever seen the flood walls, you should go take a day trip and go down and see them.
I know. So we've always enjoyed talking with Lisa and Kim. Another one. What we also try to do is we try to, following the lines of Bridget, healthy living resources, in which they talk about financial, health, and physical ways that they can better themselves. They come from the Ohio State University Extension Program. Here we're seeing three ladies that really know. I think on this particular program they were talking about the stress of foreclosure.
I'm sure that'd be very stressful to have to go through.
I bet it would be. No one likes to lose.
Correct.
And no one likes to feel like they're a failure. And so they went through the process of helping to better understand how to alleviate some of those major fears. As Bridget was outlining, we are in charge of our body through our mind. And when she says natural health through body and soul, how true that is.
It is very true.
Yeah. So what we try to do is we try to have a variety of different educational programs. We have Ohio State University in collaboration with the University of Rio Grande. And they have various different programs on Wednesday afternoons, and we have them on Thursday mornings. But one of the other favorites that I have is Dwayne Rigsby and Dan Remley, Dr. Dan Remley. He's a food nutritionist. He works at the Ohio State University. And they talk about different healthy kinds of things. I think Bridget would definitely agree that simple things like drinking pop has a lot of sugar.
It does.
And I, for one, would never, ever do anything that would be against bad health.
It is empty calories and it is clear full of sugar.
That's right. That's right.
I say 6 tablespoons maybe of sugar is in a 20 ounce
yes.
bottle of soda.
And nothing's wrong with sugar, but this is processed sugar.
Right.
And processed sugar is meant to entice an individual to drink more. And Dan talks about water and drinking lots of water and being healthy. So there we have that particular aspect, on the health. We have a lot of different extension programs, and Ohio State University is, of course, a land grant, which they have extension programs. But there are several ways that individuals can find our shows.
Now, I'm pretty sure we can find us on YouTube, right? If
That is
all
correct.
else fails. And also there is a link at our website.
Yes. All an individual has to do is type in at the URL address go.osu.edu/South Centers. And then at Rio Grande, it's go.osu.edu/RGCA. So we try to make it convenient. And then we also have our drop box if you want to see the latest and greatest films. You do not need a login. You do not need to do anything special. If you just type in go.osu.edu/shows, you'll see all the different shows that we put on there.
I
And
will
you
have
do
to
not
check
to-
out the Dropbox.
Yeah.
Because I have not been on it yet.
Well, it's relatively new.
I think so.
Some of our hosting partners wanted an easy access to get all of our different films. As I said, we're doing about 35 to 37 shows a week.
So a large variety. And I think once upon a time you said there was something about a dog grooming show.
Oh, yes.
And also, what is it, Jubilee?
Jubilee Museum.
Jubilee Museum, which has lots of interesting
Yes,
things.
yes.
So thank you for coming back
Oh,
on,
thank you.
Patrick,
Thank
and
you. I
reminding
always-
us all the different programs we have. And you can find them on the Dropbox or at the South Center's website or on YouTube.
Jennifer, thank you.
You are so welcome, Patrick. Thank you, everybody, and until next time, we'll see you later.